Hello everyone, this is Eth Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So, I'm not going to talk too much right now because I'm not feeling the greatest. So, there's 16 hours left in the season, and it's not quite reset yet, but I figured I might as well get the replays recorded because unfortunately, I forgot when the game updated to 3.1 that it breaks the old replays. So most of these are broken and can't view them. So kind of feels bad, but you can kind of see we did alright. Got an odd number of successes again. Very suspicious, but as we'll see from this one replay that for some reason still works. It kind of gives you a gist of how my team has been winning. The general theme is people stall themselves out to death. That's pretty much it. So I don't know. People are probably just not familiar with the AI because most of the time, people can definitely take down my team, but they just don't execute. Like, there was a Fire Sweep, like a plus 10 Reinhardt, plus 10 Brave Lynn, Fire Sweep Bow, if I remember correctly, and just like plus 10 units across the board, and they lost. I'm just like, what? How do you lose? But yeah, at this point, they're taking a lot of time to get the ether structures, and they do pick up the kill on Nino here because of special proc. But it's like, most of the time people are just stalling themselves out because Tactics Room here prevents Veronica from overextending, and now they just have air there to go tank. But it's like, it's already going into turn 7 and they've only killed 2 units. So there's no chance for them to pick up all the kills. So they lose on turns, which is the #1 way my team wins. My team legitimately has not taken out a single team before, if I remember correctly. Unless there was like one a few seasons ago that I don't remember, but my team literally wins on turns, usually not against units. I think I beat one team completely. I vaguely remember that, but like you can see all of these are broken. So generally the successes are exactly that. They stalled themselves out and lost because I didn't defeat all of them in all the matches that I won. So you can clearly tell that my team isn't built to kill, and like a lot of the it's kind of weird the replay after that's broken. I don't know what the deal is with that, but my team is pretty much a giant wreck. Definitely gonna be working on it again once the season's over, just so I have more time to fool around and think about it. But here they just not too sure what they were expecting there. Guess they didn't expect the guidance in, or they didn't pay attention to it. But here Lucius barely misses a kill, which kind of sucks for them. Here Faye gets wrecked by the tile, but unfortunately kind of stuck, so things are just gonna not happen. And so now they're just able to pick up kills here by chipping them out. And here Shida, unfortunately, is not going to be able to pick up the kill on Faye because Faye has her special up, and things aren't going to go well from here on out. Of course, like, Faye's kinda low in HP, but they know what they're doing, so they leave Nino around because they know that she's gonna rally. At least I think they know. Because, basically Azura is not going to attack. And they can just stall out from there and pick up the ether structures while they're waiting. Because Azura can't do any damage to the Fae, so she's still an eligible dancer. Or singer, I guess you could say. So now here they take out Azura in preparation to win the match here. But yeah, there's nothing I can do at this point. So, unfortunately, another loss. Again, can't do much about it. So, moving on to this one. This one's kind of a more general way to take down my team. Just tank. You can see that plus 10 ticky. But yeah, pretty much the name of the game against my team is just tank. That's pretty much it. I don't think they were expecting this though when they were going about executing this. They're just getting ready to give buffs and stuff. They don't have a Versa or anything to punish. So here at this point, they think they're safe, like, you know, baiting into Nino. Seems fine. But we get the meme shenanigans. And things kind of happen, so yeah, they kind of lose Tiki. So the general approach is to tank, but you don't do that. You just don't. You can also try to take out Legendary Lucina, but it does drain people's turns quite a bit, which is always a problem. But here at this point, it's a pretty easy win. We don't have to really worry about anything because his air has some solid res. And yeah, at this point, it's a pretty easy win. Nino barely cannot kill, but that's pretty normal. She's using Owl Tome and no adjacent allies for extra speed and bulk and stuff, so it's a pretty easy win from there after losing a unit. I don't think they expected that funny shenanigans. But yeah, you gotta be careful with my team because a lot of people do end up losing a unit because they don't know what's gonna happen. But you can probably figure out what's gonna happen to this one. Because again, name of the game, just tank. So they're just gonna tank with Noe here. They have sufficient buffs on her to the point where she can actually tank some things for once, Kappa. There's like S rank ally support, so she gets +5 so to all stats. So that's pretty solid. It's not amazing, but the big problem is Nino just doesn't have a lot of attack in my setup right now. So a lot of blues can just win. The best color to face my team definitely is blue. You can also get get away with red as long as you're able to tank Legendary Lucina, and you have pretty hefty bulk as well. But here, Tactics Room on the 5th column is just gonna wreck me like usual. It's another way to wreck me. I mean, like, my team's pretty darn bad. The fact it gets wins confuses me a lot. It's probably just due to players not exactly knowing what they're doing, but here at this point, they can just, they smartly place Mailcore in there, because if this was turn 7 and they were banking on the bolt trap Veronica was on to be fake, then well, they would get wrecked themselves. But of course it's not turn 7, but just in general, good play there. And the trend just gonna continue. The theme's the same every time. Just bring a unit to tank. There's really no actual threats on my team that deals quite a ton of damage unless you're green. Then maybe these two can do something. but all the rest of them don't really do much. So again, here, similar theme. They're just gonna send a unit, prep a unit to tank. So nothing too special here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be trying out a defense using Legendary Azura. Not sure how I want to go about doing that, but we'll see. But yeah, Versa always is quite annoying. I guess they were waiting for the chip damage, but it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm not entirely sure why they had to wait for that. But here they go ahead and do that. Kind of also thinking of... Here Azura actually does some decent damage to him, but she can't kill, and Lucina's not going to use Future Vision, so unfortunately it's not going to work well. Here they can just keep walling because, again, there's not that much of a threat going around, unfortunately. So they can clean up from here, pretty simple. Here they go in for the Bolt Trap. Definitely could have been dangerous, I would say, but not really, because Liluna's only going to do 3 damage, so, you know, in the random chance I had a level 4 Bolt Trap for the memes, or level 5, you know, it might have been not the smartest play to do that, but of course, no one expects that, because it's not exactly possible given what you see. I guess, I don't know, but similar theme like usual, just tank. So yeah, I don't know how to build a solid team centered around like kind of what I'm doing with the stall setup, but here they use Legendary Azura to help set up a really nice pick off on Liluna. I realized this was another one of my weaknesses here, what they just did. But again, I can't do much about it, so kind of just go with it. Of course, the meme shenanigans go on, but she's just gonna do quite a bit of damage, but she's not gonna pick up the kill like most of the time. And Vantage is gonna pick up the kill there, not a problem. From here, it's pretty simple. Can't really do anything against Vantage, especially since Liluna's gone. She had Hardy Berry. So that's gonna happen, and Nino's gonna hit by a special, and it's basically over at this point. So, yep, recurring theme. I'm definitely thinking at this point, Veronica's not too good in my setup, unless maybe I use like Pain Plus, or I do a Restore Plus shenanigan, where I get her to go out really early and spook folks who aren't prepared. But honestly speaking, she's not that spooky. Like, even if I give her +6 to all stats with, like, say, Legendary Azura, it's still not that scary. It's not gonna be picking up KOs, like, unless it's, like, versus Horse Emblem or something, I guess. But even then, it's really suspicious. But, that's gonna be it for this episode. If there's any more replays, you will see it after this as probably silent footage, because definitely won't be able to commentate probably in the next before the season ends, so we'll see though. But until next time, thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.